One of the biggest imbalances in my marriage that ended up being a really crucial downfall to our relationship was I came to our marriage with the relational skill of being able to meet a need that I didn't fully understand and meet a need that I didn't actually have. Contrary, my partner did not have that skill. In order to meet a need or even be open to meeting a need, he had to fully understand it or have the need himself to justify why that need should be met. As a result, when I was speaking up throughout our marriage, bringing things to him, needs for our family or needs for myself as an individual, to communicate about them, he would negate them or dismiss them if I couldn't subsequently make a full legal case as to why that need would be important, or even why I think it should be important to him. Like if I couldn't get him to grasp why he might find it important. But it was a two-part labor. I had to find the exact right words to communicate the need, and then I had to find the exact right case. I had to make a case for it in order for him to listen. And if I couldn't make the case adequately, he would dismiss it. On the other hand, I came to our relationship willing and ready to meet the needs of people I loved. And the only ticket for admission for me to meet their needs was that I loved them. They didn't need to justify themselves. I didn't need to have that need personally. I didn't need someone to even fully explain it to me about why it was a need. If I could see for them that this is a need to this person, I would happily or joyfully meet that need if it was within my capacities to do so. This isn't to say I did that perfect all the time. Absolutely not. But once again, to the best of my ability, I would try. Created wildly unequal labor between us. I was constantly, if I had a need, having to know in advance that if I didn't want this need dismissed out of hand, which was painful to begin with. It's really painful to have someone tell you that they love you and then just dismiss you. But I started to work really hard on, okay, if I'm going to bring this need forward, I have to, like a lawyer prepares for a case. I knew I needed to bring evidence. I needed to have backups, perhaps even like sources to justify why this was important. And then even more painfully, after all of that, I knew it would still be just like a court case. He was going to be the defense, constantly putting me on the stand and interrogating me about why this was important. And if I couldn't lay out the evidence, he would still dismiss it. There was like nothing more demoralizing and painful to sit there and try to have to beg to have your own humanity seen in a place where there's a person claiming to love you more than they love anything else, which he would do. He's like, I love you more than anything else. And then within a day, we'd have one of these discussions where I'm sitting here laying out my court case and having him say like, denied. Big discussions we're having on our pages is so many men will come into our comment sections and be like, well, women just need to say what they need. They need to speak up for themselves. And what would often happen in our marriage was I would speak up for myself to the degree to which I was capable of it. And if I had the energy, I would try to make the court case for it. But when our kids were little in particular, I didn't have the time or energy to make a case. And so I would speak up, but if I hadn't justified myself just right, he would dismiss it. And dismiss it as if I almost hadn't really brought it up. Because if I hadn't adequately made the case, then he would act as if it hadn't been brought up at all. Well, you didn't make the case, so yeah, I didn't meet your need, but that's on you. That's on you that I didn't meet your need, and you really didn't bring it up appropriately in the exact way I needed to hear it. So that's on you that your needs aren't getting met. If you want to be in a loving, healthy relationship of any kind, a friendship, if you want to be a good parent, a good child, a good husband, a good partner, you need to be able to have the relational skill of meeting a need that you don't have and you may not even understand.